Good morning, all you fabulous people. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Pro Tour Amsterdam weekend. There was Rosetta announcements for future cards, which made a little thing. Some things start to get bought out again. It is moving slower than I thought it would be. There's quite a few things that are just stagnant. I think there's mainly because there's so many copies. So there's not that much news between yesterday and today and earlier in the week. So there's still time to buy deals if you think stuff is underpriced on some of the newer hero stuff. I think part of the reason stuff is cheaper is because it's kind of independent of both Arcane Rising, which was Runeblade and Wizard, as well as Arya, which was Runeblade, not really Wizard, and kind of the elements, and Uprising. So none of the cards really fit into those slots, so a lot of the stuff isn't really moving. The class stuff kind of moves. Anyway, Fyendal's collection, get a free month of premium at code JCH. You can make collections on there and send them off to people for like buying or showing off what you got, or deck lists or whatever. Free month of premium, code JCH. Thank you all for continued support. For subs, 439. Doing great. Still shooting for 500 as always. All right. We got Chain Lightning here. The rainbow foil popped off at $15 for Chain Lightning. This is a crew rainbow foil, so to be expected. I don't think it goes up much further than like $15-$20. So this is kind of at its peak, in my opinion. Contest the Minefield is just moving. These just a couple days ago were like $2, and then all of a sudden they've been bought to $9. The rainbow foil I think is pretty much depleted as well. Yeah, $15 for the rainbow foil. It's a Bright Lights expansion slot card. Just watch out for this. This happens. Bright Lights has not been open that much, and the expansion slot cards continue to be used. This has room to grow. Good lord, 20 for Fabled Renegades. Just think Phantom Tide Maw or Already Dead, that kind of stuff. That's kind of the ceiling this card has to go. But right now, I still think it's at a pretty reasonable amount. $8 for the non-foil. Runic Reclamation, the rainbow foil is up to $8. These were just a few days ago, were like $3. So these are moving too. I think this is just an overall good statted card. Destroys auras. Pretty darn good card. As well as an Everfest Majestic. We know how those go. Diadem has popped up from like $5 to $8. I think people are just buying them because they were too cheap again. They're back up to $12. I just wanted to point that out. Scour. I think this card is underrated, especially with Enigma and Prism running around. $6.50 for a rainbow foil seems really good. Really, all these are rainbow foils. There's no non-foil. Oh, I filtered it. The non-foil still is like $4. So the rainbow foil, I think, at $6.50 is a pretty good deal. But the rainbow foil is moving. I just wanted to point that out. Up the ante, interestingly, a few got bought at like $4 or $5, and now they're back up to $6.60. This is also kind of interesting because this is from Heavy Hitters, and it has the blue strip as well as these resources hollowed out, which is really cool. I kind of want to start buying some of these and just kind of hold on to them because they're kind of in a unique printing error. And I really like Olympia, but I don't like where they're going with Golden Anvil. Anyway, Glint the Quicksilver. The rainbow foil is pretty much depleted from the market. There's 7 listings for the Unlimited and basically only 3 play sets here. And then the first edition, which is just unobtainium, it only has 3. So the rainbow foil is going really cheap, but these are still pretty cheap. I mean, $12 for an Welcome to Wraith Majestic, which you would only get Majestics about 1 or 2 per box of Majestics for Welcome to Wraith, and maybe only 1 foil. Sometimes it got split with the supers, so you didn't always see a Majestic foil. But so $12 for this seems pretty good. if my thing will load. Weakest Link is going to the moon. $35 for the cheapest non-foil copy. The rainbow foil, I believe, is $39. I would go ahead and pick up the rainbow foil if you're in the market for these. I'm personally trying to pick up my rainbow foil copies, but I keep saying that, and every time I say it, it goes up and up and up. So I need one more copy. I might have to trade some non-foils for rainbow foils or something like that. But anyway, Weakest Link. This card's great into the top half of the meta. Pro Tour Amsterdam. It was Zen, New, Enigma, Prism, KO. That was like 80% of the meta. Player recommendation. This card is great into all of those decks. Highly recommend picking this card up. This may change come Rosetta, but right now, Weakest Link, I think, is the best card in Misfail. Tiger Stripe Shuko, the cold foil is going up a little bit. Last week, there was a few sold at like 75. Now it's back up to 85. The rainbow foil is like 62, which is crazy. So I still think the cold foil is probably a pretty good deal over the rainbow foil, but $20 more for a cold foil is, in my opinion, worth it. Widespread Annihilation, there was a couple bought at like $25. Now it's back up to the $35 range. It just keeps bounces between 25 and 35. These are exceedingly rare. They're very good and been set. When she becomes popular, I expect these to go crazy again. Energy Potion, the price has finally dropped back to the price where people were buying, and a couple were bought at 71, and now they're back up to like 77. There's two here at 77, then they go to 89 to 100. So watch out for those. These are the cold foil promos. They're very good looking. Orion, the Mystic Tenets, drops this is a Majestic that's pretty good. $2 for this seems like a pretty good deal as well. It dropped quite a bit, just considering yesterday, $3.15 for one copy. Adaptive plating, we mentioned this earlier in the week, and it spiked up. Now there's one here for 26 and one here for 32 basically, and then they go to 42. This is being used in Dash and Max, and just Dash and Max. So watch out for this. There's only one copy. I expect these to go back up. Construct Nitro Mechanoid. The cold foil especially is a steal right now. There was some sold like last month at 45, or 2 months ago, 54. The cold foil is $35. The rainbow foil, I believe, is like 30. So highly recommend picking up the cold foil over the rainbow foil if you're looking to construct the Nitro Mechanoid. Gorganian Tome, the rainbow foil is unlimited, is $4, which happens to be the same price as basically the normal version. Highly recommend picking these up. These are short printed in Crucible War, and it's a generic or generic legendary card. It's been used in Kansai, hasn't seen much play other than like Briar and other stuff. Kind of a card cycle and turn on other abilities like play a non-action card or non-attack action card. But $4.40 for a short printed rainbow foil Majestic from Crucible is a steal. Passing Mirage, the cold foil has dropped. It's just last week was sold for like $18. Now there's a couple here, or two play sets basically at 14. I think this card is just going to be an illusionist staple until they steer away from Phantasm. They kind of did that with Enigma, but still some of the Phantasm cards are just so strong that this is worth looking at. And even like Phantom Tide Maw has Phantasm. This could turn that off. Emperor, the cold foil is $11. This is a legendary from Dynasty, which is extremely hard to pull. It's not the Marvel, but for $7 over the rainbow foil, you can have a cold foil copy that just looks way better. He, I think, is one of the better heroes in Blitz at the moment. He's still really good. Highly recommend picking up your cold foil Emperor for $11. That's crazy. Vambracer Determination, wanted to point out there's one here at 45. This card is continuing to be used against Enigma and Prism even. Really good card. The cold foil spiked up to like 60, 70 bucks. But there's one here for lightly played for 45. Seems like a pretty good deal. Losing my moment. Iron Song versus the Cold Foil is criminally cheap. For $30 you can get a cold foil from Dusk Till Dawn. The Rainbow Foil is $21. For $8 more you can get a cold foil legendary that's being used in Bolton, potentially used in other warriors. It's mainly been used in Bolton right now though, to my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Anyway, Codex of Bloodrot Marvel dropped about $20. Now it's back in that purchase range of like 90 to 110. If you're in the market for these, time to start looking maybe. There's quite a few here at like 105. Just wanted to point that out. Tectonic Plating is criminally cheap. $20 for Welcome to the Wraith. Unlimited Rainbow Foil Legendary is just disgustingly cheap. Battle Worn is super good, and creating a Seismic Surge token for Guardian is super good. I'm surprised this didn't move at all when literally yesterday there's going to be a pack for Guardian, Mastery pack, that is just going to give Guardian a bunch of support basically. Mostly new cards, some reprints they said. This card I think is just a Guardian staple. I don't see how they replace it. This card's really good. Battle Worn is just, they're very scared to print more Battle Worn stuff because it's so it stays out for so long. Plague Hive, I think one of the most playable Fableds. Light of Soul, Library, and like Mistcloak Goalie, I believe, are situationally good, but I feel like Plague Hive is just really good. All of these tokens are super good against your opponent. It's randomized. It's really good in UPF because it applies to each hero. Rainbow Foil for 40. This is the cheapest I've ever seen it. This is a box or a case hit or multiple case hit kind of thing. You don't see Fables very often, which kind of on to my next thing. Master Cog 35 for the Rainbow Foil is too cheap as well for a Fable. Bright Lights has also not been open very much, so watch out for this. I don't think it gets much lower, maybe like $30 It can't go much lower than this. And lastly, Mistcloak Girly, $27.70, which is crazy because this card is being flirted with for Enigma. I think all it takes is to find that one build, and this becomes at least a $50 Rainbow Foil, if not higher. Look at Light of Soul and like Library Solana. Anyway, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Keep looking out for Rosetta stuff. Good luck all the players at Pro Tour Amsterdam. Looks like a fun time. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic Friday. Bye.